breed is so sought after that in 1999, a woman in London paid nearly $50,000 for her Bengal cat.
This is really the Rolls Royce of kitties.
And their uniqueness is not just limited to their look. The Bengal cat doesn't meow quite like other cats.
It's actually more of a bark, kind of a raspy sound.
But this breed's most fascinating feature might just be the one thing you will never have to worry about. It possesses an apparent immunity to feline leukemia.
And because of that, these cats are actually being studied right now at the National Institute of Cancer.
This is an inherited trait the Bengal cat received from its ancestor, the Asian leopard cat. In 1963, Gene Mill successfully bred an Asian leopard cat with a domestic shorthair to produce the first documented Bengal cat. The breed would be known as the safari cat until the early 70s, when the Bengal name was adopted as a reference to the Asian leopard cat's scientific name, Prionailaris bengalensis. But just like the Asian leopard cat, the defining feature of the Bengal is its spotted or marbled coat.
The spots give them that wild look, which is really unmistakable.
Another unmistakable feature is the cat's face. It's highlighted by rounded ears, large eyes, and intense facial markings.
Sort of wild-looking, wild face, smallish ears.
The Bengal's hind legs are slightly longer than its front legs. Another trait the Bengal shares with the Asian leopard cat. On both cats, this translates into a long, powerful stride from the gluteal and bicep muscles. The Bengal was bred to look like its wild ancestors, with a streamlined appearance similar to that of a race car. But in sharing so many characteristics with the wild cat, the Bengal cat also retains some of that behavior.
Basically, quite a bit of work to keep entertained and keep contained.
Marilyn Krieger is one person who knows how to keep Bengal cats entertained. Her Bengal cats, Molly and Olivia, along with their brother, Sudan, a Savannah, are all rescues that have benefited from her undying attention.
I have a very strong bond with my cats. They're around me all the time, and I know them very, very well.
What's that? Is that Marie?
They're like little Einsteins.
A certified cat behavior consultant, Marilyn employs positive reinforcement techniques when working with cats, including one method that is typically associated with dogs, clicker training.
Okay, Molly, jump. Good girl, Molly. Come on back.
The process of clicker training pairs the sound of a push-button clicker with the cat's encouraged action, and then reinforced with a reward. In most cases with cats, a food treat.
Yes.
As the cat repeats the desired action, he starts to associate the completion of an action with the sound of the clicker and a treat.
Girl, people see how intelligent their animals are, and just the fact that they're responding to them, it helps strengthen the bond.
Sarah Doan and her fiancé Matt have employed Marilyn's services in helping to train their new Bengal cat, Remy.
Remy is definitely like our first child. He's more like a human than a cat. He's just really cute.
They're focused on curbing one of his more undesirable traits, a common cat problem that Marilyn refers to as counter-surfing.
We're training him to not walk on the counters.
In order to alter this behavior, Marilyn has the couple encourage Remy to use a cat treat at the end of the countertop.
So every time he's trying to go up on the counter, you can actually use the target, and all you have to do is do this, and he'll go up. Click it, touch it, click it, and give him a treat.
On the countertop, they set placemats with double-sided tape, which will not harm Remy, but will make his travels across the surface less desirable.
Remy.
Each time he is called and returns to the cat treat, he receives a click and a reward.
So that way he starts to learn that the counter is not really a fun place to go.
Remy is already favoring the treat over the counter.
Good boy. You got it.
Which pleases Sarah and Matt.
Now, one thing he did, just so that you know,
We're spending time with him one-on-one, and I think he enjoys it.
the more she's around Remy, the more she works with them, the more she clicker trains, and the stronger the bond has become. Click once and give him another treat.
The chance to bond is exactly what Marilyn strives for when people like Sarah start to click train their cats.
Molly.
It's a process that Marilyn has used with her own cat. It has not only helped her cats with behavioral problems, but has enabled them to learn some remarkable tricks as well.
My cats do all sorts of fun things. Sit and stay. Sudan will shake hands. Shake hands. Good boy. They jump through hoops. Jump, Molly. Good girl. They also will find my keys. Good girl, Molly.
Marilyn has even taught one of her Bengal cats to close the bathroom door on command.
Good girl, Lydia. They learn and they enjoy it, and that's what it's about. It's fun.
And that fun has created a relationship that Marilyn cherishes greatly.
And the more I work with them, the stronger my bonds become with them as well. What a good girl, Molly. What a good girl, Molly.
Bengal cats are a relatively healthy breed. However, due to irresponsible breeding and a high demand for these cats, they can be susceptible to cataracts and heart problems.
I would say that generally speaking, Bengals are healthy. However, anytime that you have an animal that has a real surge in popularity like the Bengals, sometimes you get people who are breeding them with very little thought to their physical or their mental health. And so it's important with any cat, but especially with a cat that has wildcat in their ancestry as closely as most Bengals do, that you make sure you do really careful research on the person or people that you're getting the cat from.
The Bengal do have inherited genetic health problems. They have a cardiomyopathy or heart disease, and they also are prone to cataracts, which can cause blindness.
The Bengal cat is an incredibly efficient self-grooming machine whose short-haired coat is not going to require much upkeep.
Grooming is super, super easy with Bengals. If you make sure that you give them the highest quality diet that you can afford, that they get great vet care, you'll find that the Bengal cat has one of the most shiny and beautiful glowing coats that you could ever hope for in a cat. And that is one of the things that you strive for, not only because it's an indication of their health, but because it really helps to highlight the beautiful patterning that these cats have on their coat.
Like most cats, Bengals are very fastidious. They clean themselves a lot. Up to 30% of their day is taken up with grooming, so you don't have to really do a lot.
But because of their somewhat wild nature, Bengal cats are only recommended for experienced cat owners who have a lot of time to spend with them.
Their activity level dictates that you have an active family. If there's not somebody to play with them and cater to their high energy needs, they might become very destructive in your home.
With a Bengal, you definitely want to have an enclosed outdoor area that they could go in because they need to go outside and just experience the outdoors. And they also like water, so you could have a wading pool for them to play in and possibly swim in. Definitely a lot of interactive toys to mimic what they would do in the wild.
So in general, the Bengal cat is a moderately healthy breed when bred responsibly. They're incredibly easy in the grooming department, and they're only recommended for families who are experienced cat owners with the time to entertain the Bengal's incredible energy.
What a good girl.
We'll skip.